Excited.
How are you? Hi, welcome to our table.
I need some of this. Come on, this is good.
Would you mind?
Hello again, you alright? Good to see you too.
Would you mind saying your name for the reporter?
Yes, I'm Tom Riley, Leonardo da Vinci, NYCC Davincis.
So what can you tease about your character, about the journey your character's going through this coming season?
Well, it's going to be a hugely epic journey emotionally rather than geographically. So whereas in the last season we went gallivanting around the world to foreign climes and fought Incas in cornfields and sacrificed virgins of the sun, this year it's going to be far more Italy based. We're going to see that the outside world has come to them rather than the other way around, and the journey is going to be an emotional, more characterful one than we've ever had before.
The writers that were just with us teased that a character is returning this season. Is there a Vlad?
Now this is interesting.
They said they let us know that Vlad.
They told us all this.
I've never heard of Vlad.
No?
No, I don't know anything about him.
You may know him as the Impaler or Bob. I don't know.
Okay.
They gave us that little tidbit.
Wow.
Yeah. What I was gonna ask is there a character that we've met already that you would really like to see come back at some point?
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed Vespucci.
Okay.
I loved working with Lee. There isn't, as the series progressed this year, there wasn't a place for him in this story. And what John and Amy and the team are incredibly good at is going where the story needs to go. And that has meant that this year, no one is safe. There will be some very surprising moments for all the characters. There will be deaths, but it's always what the story needs. And so with Vespucci there wasn't a place for him, but it would be lovely to have him back because I missed Lee. His big stupid grin. I hope he sees that.
Hey, how difficult are the sword fights?
Really difficult. Really difficult.
Do you enjoy it?
I love doing them, but it's when you get later in the season it gets harder because you run out of time to practice them. That's what's hard, is someone going, we're shooting it this afternoon and now you've got to learn it in your lunch break and it's half an hour and it's double-handed and it's going to last 3 minutes. And actually it's like a dance, it's like having to learn a dance really quickly and then act that it's real and not cut each other's hands off. That's the main one. But yeah, it is tough, but it's not the toughest thing on the show. I've got better at it.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun.
They've kind of teased an internal struggle for Leonardo in the coming season. Is it more difficult to play the physicality or playing that kind of wrestling with yourself? What is more of a satisfying or a challenging, basically a challenge for you?
They're very different beasts, really. I mean, the internal struggle will be utterly writing dependent, really. I mean, there's only so much actors can do if an audience isn't going to buy what's happening. So, really, the only thing that you can do is make the right choices based on what the text is telling you. And if the writing, as it is this year, is so psychologically true, then it's a lot easier to do the internal struggles than maybe before, where you're trying to make something seem like it's emotional when actually you're not feeling it. So this year, although it's been a far harder, more painful journey for Leonardo, the writing's been so wonderful that it hasn't felt that hard. Whereas the physicality will always wipe me out because I'm always busting something, breaking my lower back, or not actually breaking my back. That would be awful. But busting, pulling muscles in my, just tearing my, what did I say? I've done all the things this year, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I ripped my ankle in half, I was on crutches for a week.
Wow.
I got a woofer in my face, which is a thing full of cork that kind of fires. It makes it look like explosions are going off. There's tiny bits of cork and dust are fired into a scene. And I was supposed to say a line and go, what was the line? In fact, it's in the show, so, because it looks so good. But I said, so I will fix this. And I had to run away, and as I run away, the woofer goes off into the shot. And I said, I will fix this. And it hit me right in the face. And went down, and the set went so quiet. Like, just a lot of people going, is that the end of Da Vinci's Demons? Is it over now? Is he dead? So yeah, the physicality can be exhaustingly fun.
So does that mean you get some scripts and you're like, oh no? fight
Every
scene?
time. There's something I've got to film when I get back. But let me tell you, in the middle of October, I can't, because it's a big spoiler, but in the middle of October, it's going to be cold and hard.
Where do you actually film this?
We film in Wales, in Swansea, which does not have Italian climate. It is a very cold, wet place sometimes. It can be absolutely beautiful and green and lush, and because of the rain mainly. But yeah, it's not quite the Mediterranean.
Okay, can you say that one more time? If you could play any other character in the series, who would you play?
Lucretia. No, who would I play? Do you know what? I love Zoe. It's no one can play him like Greg. I mean, I'd love to be able to do it as well as Greg does. He has an incredible ability to throw away lines and jokes and just let it live. And it's really hard to do that. He makes it look effortless, but it's really hard to do. I'm a big fan of Zoe. And Greg, apparently. A beautiful boy.
Is there anything that you've added to your character that wasn't originally scripted?
Oh, everything. I mean, quite a bit. Hopefully, that's part of the joy of being in a show like this, where sometimes the showrunners or the writers are on the other side of the world, and you have to make it up as it goes along yourself. And you get to collaborate on the costume, you get to collaborate on the hair, the wig. You get to argue when you don't like something, and then you lose the argument and you do it anyway. But there's bits and bobs. There's certainly all character choices are invariably mine, but informed by what's on the page.
Don't listen to a word he says.
you.
I know, I'm so drunk.